So I guess your growth then. So how was that for you? Because I guess when you go in, you're like, oh, I want, well, at least me. I was like, oh, okay, my first target is 100 subscribers, and then maybe 1,000. So how was that for you, and what did that growth kind of look like?
Yeah, I was the exact same way. I didn't have I think. So what I used was at that time, I think they've changed a little bit, but some of them are still the same. It's YouTube had this grid that was like channel features that you could unlock as certain thresholds were met. And one of them was like a custom URL. You get a custom URL at 100 subscribers or something, right?
Yes, that's what I'm aiming for.
Because I think I have this like mentality of like a video gamer wanting to get achievements or something like that. I almost tried to play YouTube to unlock the achievements, where it was like, okay, we got to get 100 subscribers because then I unlock custom URL and it turns green in the dashboard and you're like, yes, And so I just kept trying to like unlock all the achievements. But outside of that, I think I had the same mentality of a milestone where I don't feel like I had it early on for the first, however many subscribers, but 100 was definitely a milestone. And then each 100, I think after that was something until you like maybe hit 500, and then it's like, okay, now we're trying to get to 1,000. The gaps get bigger to where you think it's a new milestone, which is interesting because it's like it still takes the same amount of time to hit the next milestone, let's say relatively, but it's so many more people that if you think of how excited you were to hit the first 100, then I'm sure if you had like 5 million subscribers, you're hitting 100 subscribers every like 20, 30 minutes. Yet it's funny how people, the number becomes less of a person as the numbers get larger. Even though the fact that it's representative of a person doesn't change. It's weird. YouTube is weird for stuff like that. It's like when you have 100 subscribers, you can almost think of it. That's 100 people watch it. If you had 1 million subscribers, I don't know what 1 million people is. So what do I do with that? It doesn't mean now it's just a figure,
Yes,
but I had the same milestones as you. Like,
okay, that's good. I consider that a big tick in my box. But you're right. There's that whole you can't imagine it. So like me, I can probably go to a football stadium full, and then I'm like, okay, any more people than this, and I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all just the same.
What does that mean? Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of subscribers, though, you are about to hit the 200,000 mark. How does that feel?
So okay, I can downplay it. Because there's no achievements to unlock at 200,000. So there was like the funny thing is when I hit 100. Sorry if I look like a crazy person. I had eyelash in my eye and it's been bugging me, but I don't know how to get it. So if I just look like a maniac over here, that's what I'm doing, fam. If you guys are watching this live,
not look like a maniac.
Okay. So I'm just like we've got crazy person on, Gerald, and it's yes. So I'm trying to unlock all the achievements on YouTube. Okay. What is this guy talking about? So. When I hit 100K, that was big for me because it was almost like you beat the game and YouTube gives you a plaque to be like, you won. Congratulations. You've unlocked all the achievements. Here's your plaque.
Yep.
Now get off the platform. I don't know what they were thinking, right? And the next thing, you don't really get anything as far as I know until you hit like 1 million. And for me, that almost seems like I honestly think my ceiling is much lower than 1 million subscribers. I think for me, 100% completion, if I'm going to keep up the video game analogy, would maybe be like 500,000. Maybe that seems like a bit of a stretch. So 200K to me is just absurd in the same regard, where it's like there's no more milestone for me in terms of the achievement thing, but yet everything I've done to get to 100K and all of that and just how extreme the 100K is, there's also that moment where you can take a step back and go, wait a second though, that just happened again. Like it's now another one of those, and in record time for my channel or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. And then I try my best to realize, to try it again, to actually like put that in perspective of people, and it's absurd. 200,000 people watching your stuff is absurd, and even though the views don't reflect that because nobody gets 100% subscriber to view count, but still like. When 40, 50,000 people turn in to watch a video, it's absolutely silly. So Yeah, I don't know. The answer would be I don't know what I think about hitting 200K. In some regards, it's like, well, you just got to just keep working. It's just another number
Yeah.
because, I did all my achievements. In another regard, it's like, that's double from when I won YouTube in my mind. You know
Yes.
what I mean? I think if there was a formula, we talked about setting out a business plan early on or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you probably could model after somebody who maybe there was a channel that approached it in a very simple way, had success, and there was results, and they measured them and everything. I think that you maybe could come up with a formula and model it after that. But I wonder if that would really be YouTube, where there is like a lot of guesswork and mystery and the grind and just kind of like the weird abstract stuff we're talking about. That is kind of what creating a YouTube channel is. That is what it is, and you have to learn that and develop, and your channel evolves and your content evolves, and you become this other thing. That's what I think the YouTube experience is. I think that maybe you could model it after that, but does anybody want to? Does anybody want to follow a YouTube program? You know what I mean? Like, completed step 13. It's like, is that even fun? What are you doing? I feel like it only works if you're into it. I think that's a thing for YouTube, and I think you're only into it if you're doing YouTube the way that YouTube's meant to be done, which is just this kind of like, pretty wild way of doing it. And I feel like that's what keeps the drive and the passion, and that drive and passion will translate into viewers wanting to watch you. I think if you were just following the cookbook, you probably wouldn't even have a channel. It would just be, who cares, Maybe.
Yeah. No. I think you're right, because then it's just like a YouTube robot, right? I'm just ticking all the boxes. I'm not experimenting or figuring things out or finding myself along the way.
Exactly. You're just doing a business by the books or something. Yes. And I think that applies to business too. The businesses that are most successful take risks and do all kinds of crazy stuff rather than just, they just run the business by the numbers or whatever, which might work, but are you in it? Are you in it to win it?
Yeah.